Right now, an algorithm just decided whether you get approved for that loan, what price you pay for your groceries, and even how much you earn at work. And most people have no idea it's happening. While you've been worried about robots taking jobs, AI has already quietly restructured the entire economy, creating a new class of winners and losers based on data you didn't even know you were giving away. The scariest part, by the end of this video, I'll show you the one shocking way these algorithms might already be deciding your financial future without your consent. Stick around, because what I reveal in the final 3 minutes will completely change how you think about making money in 2025. Every morning, when you wake up and check your phone, you're unknowingly participating in the largest wealth redistribution experiment in human history. The difference is this time it's not governments or banks calling the shots. It's algorithms that are quietly determining who gets rich and who stays poor, often in ways that would make even the most ruthless Wall Street trader uncomfortable. Take dynamic pricing, for example. When you open Uber during a rainstorm, the app doesn't just randomly decide to charge you significantly more. A complex algorithm analyzes your location, your payment history, how often you've paid surge prices before, and even how much battery life your phone has left. Yes, you heard that right. If your phone is dying, Uber's algorithm knows you're more desperate for a ride and will charge you accordingly. This isn't capitalism as we knew it. This is algorithmic capitalism, where AI systems make split-second decisions about your purchasing power based on data points you never agreed to share. The same thing is happening with everything from your morning coffee to your mortgage rate. Starbucks uses AI to adjust prices in real time based on local demographics, weather patterns, and even social media sentiment in your area. Meanwhile, banks are using machine learning to scan your social media posts, your shopping habits, and your digital footprint to determine whether you qualify for loans, often before you even apply. The traditional idea that hard work and smart financial decisions determine your wealth is being replaced by algorithmic assessments that happen without your knowledge or consent. What makes this particularly disturbing is the speed at which these decisions occur. While you're still thinking about whether you want to buy something, an AI system has already analyzed thousands of data points about you and decided what price you should pay. It's like having an invisible auctioneer following you around all day, constantly adjusting the cost of everything based on how valuable they think you are as a customer. Here's where things get really interesting and frankly a little terrifying. AI isn't just changing how prices are set, it's creating entirely new social classes based on algorithmic favor. At the top, we have what I call the algorithm elites, people whose digital profiles make them incredibly valuable to AI systems. These are individuals who generate profitable data, make predictable purchasing decisions, and engage with digital platforms in ways that drive revenue. The algorithms love them, and they get rewarded with better prices, better job opportunities, and better access to financial services. Below them, we have the algorithm neutral, regular people who generate some useful data, but aren't particularly valuable to AI systems. They get standard pricing and standard access to services. Then at the bottom, we have the algorithm untouchables, people whose data profiles make them less profitable or more risky to AI systems. These individuals often face higher prices, reduced access to credit, and fewer economic opportunities, all determined by algorithms that they can't see or challenge. The most insidious part is how this digital class system perpetuates itself. For instance, if an algorithm determines that you're a high-risk customer based on your zip code, shopping history, or social connections, you'll start getting charged more for services, which makes you more likely to miss payments, which in turn confirms to the algorithm that you're indeed high risk. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that's almost impossible to escape. Consider credit scoring algorithms that now look beyond traditional financial data. They analyze your social media posts to determine if you associate with people who have poor credit. They look at how you type, whether you use capital letters or proper grammar, and even what time of day you typically apply for loans. Someone who applies for credit at 2 a.m. might be flagged as desperate or impulsive, leading to either rejection or higher interest rates. The algorithm creates a digital reputation that follows you everywhere, influencing every financial decision in your life. What most people don't realize is that your personal data has become the new oil, and tech companies are essentially running the equivalent of digital oil rigs, extracting value from your every click, swipe, and purchase. But unlike traditional resource extraction, you're certainly not getting paid for the raw materials being taken from your life. Instead, you're often paying for the privilege of having your data harvested through subscription services, apps, and platforms that turn your information into profit. Every time you use a seemingly free service like Google, Facebook, or TikTok, you're not the customer. You're the product being sold to advertisers and data brokers. But the real money isn't just in selling your attention to advertisers anymore. It's in using AI to analyze your behavioral patterns and predict your future decisions with scary accuracy. These predictions are then sold to insurance companies, employers, landlords, and lenders who use them to make decisions about your life without ever meeting you. The scale of this data economy is staggering. Your smartphone generates about 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every day. That's more information about you than the FBI has about most criminals. This data includes not just what you buy or where you go, but subtle patterns like how long you linger on certain websites, how hard you press your screen, and even how you hold your phone. AI systems can now predict with over 90% accuracy whether you'll default on a loan, quit your job, or even get divorced, often months before you've made those decisions yourself. What's particularly concerning is how all of this data is being used to make decisions about your access to basic services. Health insurance companies are buying data from grocery stores to see if you're buying alcohol or junk food. Car insurance companies are tracking your driving habits through your phone's accelerometer. Some employers are even using AI to analyze your facial expressions during video calls to determine if you're likely to quit or cause problems at work. Your data is being used to make judgments about your character, your reliability, and your future potential in ways that would be illegal if done by a human, but are perfectly legal when done by an algorithm. Now for the part you've been waiting for: how to protect yourself and potentially profit in this new algorithmic economy. The first step is understanding that your data has value and treating it accordingly. Just like you wouldn't give away money for free, you shouldn't give away valuable data without getting something in return. This means being more selective about which apps you use, which services you sign up for, and what information you share online. Start by conducting a digital audit of your online presence. Delete apps you don't actively use, especially those that request excessive permissions. Use privacy-focused alternatives whenever possible. For search, consider DuckDuckGo instead of Google. For messaging, use Signal instead of WhatsApp. For email, consider ProtonMail instead of Gmail. These changes won't make you invisible to algorithms, but they'll reduce the amount of data being collected about you and may potentially improve your overall algorithmic score. More importantly, learn to game the system that's already gaming you. If you know that algorithms are judging your credit worthiness based on your digital behavior, then optimize that behavior. Use proper grammar in online communications. Avoid applying for credit late at night or when you're stressed. Be mindful of your social media connections and the content you engage with. It's unfortunate that we have to think this way, but in an algorithmic economy, your digital hygiene is as important as your financial hygiene. Finally, look for opportunities to profit from algorithmic capitalism instead of just being victimized by it. Learn about algorithmic trading, understand how AI-driven platforms make money, and consider investing in companies that are building these systems. If you can't beat them, you might as well profit from them. The key is to stop thinking of yourself as a passive consumer and start thinking like an active participant in the data economy. The truth is, algorithmic capitalism isn't coming. It's already here, and it's already reshaping wealth distribution in ways that most people don't even realize. The question isn't whether this system is fair or unfair. The question is whether you're going to understand how it works and position yourself accordingly, or whether you're going to let invisible algorithms make decisions about your financial future without your input. The choice is yours, but only if you make it before the algorithms make it for you.